back together. If you watch the last two videos, I did the rod bearings and the main bearings in those videos with the engine in the car. So this is the front main, number one. I was able to get this out without raising the motor up. I did not loosen the motor mounts or raise it up. How I did it is the one bolt, ironically, there was a factory hole in the K-frame, so the head of it went down in there and I lifted it out. The other one was loose and hanging down, but there wasn't enough clearance to get it out. So I just tilted this like this, then I got that out, and then I went back and forth and I just pulled this right out. And actually, the more towards the front I went, the better they looked. And this bearing here did not need to be replaced whatsoever. So I'm not gonna unfair, fair, cheating, call it what you want, but I'm not gonna take the top of it out and replace the top just because it's a good bearing. But I could. So I don't know how well you can see up in there, but yeah, right there's the journal. There you can see it. There's the journal and there's the bearing. See, I have room if I wanted to replace that, but the tops look good all the way along, and the more north I go, or toward the front of the car, the better they look. So guess what? I'm just not going to replace it. And the object was not to rebuild the engine, obviously. It was to stabilize the oil pressure, because I had no oil pressure, a little oil pressure. It would shoot up and get some oil pressure. I just wanted to stabilize it and see if I could get consistent oil pressure. And we done that. And that's all we've done. I did decide with the small oil pan to go with 4.5 quarts. And it looks like 4.5 quarts is going to be right about there. Right about there. So it's marked there. That would be probably 5 quarts, but 4.5 is just below that. So we do have consistent oil pressure. This car sat 4 years by the previous owner, and then I let it sit another 1.5 years. I did put about 6 gallons of fresh gas in it 1.5 years ago. So the gas that's in here is anywhere between 1.5 years and 5.5 years old. I do worry a little bit about that sticking up my valves. There's only about 1/4 of a tank left, so I'm going to take this barium in and just lubricate a little bit of the upper cylinders by pouring some in here. And we'll go ahead and put the rest of this in the gas tank. I put the battery anchors on that they had. I'm sure that's all secure. I dug around and actually found an air cleaner that was too bad for one vehicle, but ended up being a much better than what was on here. We'll go ahead and put this back on. Let's go ahead and pour the rest of this in the tank. Don't know that it'll help. I warmed it up yesterday, verified I had pressure. Today I got up, I hooked up my drag link again. I did take it around a block just to verify that I had oil pressure. And now I'm going to take you guys with me for the first time. This car is actually going to go out on the road for 1 mile or 2. Hopefully I don't walk back. But the goal of it is to just verify that, it's going to move and, just see what it does. Might as well see. The whine you're hearing there is actually the Holley electric fuel pump they got on the back of it. It's not power steering. if they got a really cheap junk 4,000 stall converter in here, or if the transmission's slipping. But anyways, it seems to want to go. But this is this car's first time out in quite some time, since it's been on the road a year and a half, when we tried to drive it home and didn't make it. I have a playlist on the whole entire car, from the time we bought it and tried to get it home to the time that we to this point. We have discussed a plan for this. We'll see what we do. I'm not sure if the 383 is part of that plan or not for this specific idea that we have. I like a 383. Don't hear that wrong. But I'm not sure if it's right for what we're thinking on this. Anyways, we thank you for watching, for coming with us this far, for this little episodes that we've had with the removal of the oil pan, rod bearings, main bearings, oil pump, and trying to stabilize the oil pressure on this engine. There's still a lot that we don't know about it: cam bearings, cam size, any head work, replacement pistons. We don't know. Anyways, appreciate it. We'll have to see where we go from here. Who knows? I don't know everything. But thanks for sticking with us this far. Till next time.